It's past 1 a.m. You've just fought back from a spin, clawed your way from dead last to second place, and for 3 seconds you actually believe you're about to win a Cup Series race. Then a man in a headset takes it all away. You walk out of that hauler expecting your own team to have your back. Instead, 2 days later, the man who signs your paycheck picks up a microphone and tells the world you were the one who screwed up. This is not a race recap. This is a fracture. And by the end of this story, you'll understand why this argument, not the penalty, not the wreck, the argument, might be the most dangerous thing said inside the Toyota camp all season. Before we go further, this channel is NASCAR Voltage, and we're closing in on our first 500 subscribers. If you've made it this far into the video, you're exactly the kind of viewer this channel is built for, so hit subscribe, drop a like, and leave a comment telling me whose side you're on. It genuinely helps this channel grow, and every single one of you watching right now is part of that. Now, back to the story. The scene was Atlanta, the Quaker State 400, with a storm rolling in and a red flag that held the race for more than 3 hours. Inside that delay sat an unwritten rule of NASCAR: manufacturer teammates are supposed to protect each other on track. That rule was about to get broken twice, by 2 different Toyota drivers, in the same race. And in 48 hours, one voice nobody expected would step in and pick a side, a voice with more power over Bubba Wallace's career than almost anyone else in the sport. The first crack came in Stage 2. Wallace defended the bottom line. Ty Gibbs couldn't check up in time and hit him square, sending Wallace spinning through the infield. Remember this exact moment: in a few minutes, it becomes the excuse everyone throws around. What followed was a comeback. Wallace clawed back from the rear of the field, worked his way forward, started leading laps, and put himself in position to fight for the win. The night was building toward hope before it turned into something else entirely. Then came the final lap. 3 cars went side by side for the win at nearly 2 a.m. Wallace dipped below the yellow line to hold his position. Afterward, he explained the moment in his own words. Wallace said, "I turned down and got super loose, so just to keep it straight, I ended up there. It's unfortunate." He crossed the line in second place. For less than a minute, he believed he had saved the night. That belief didn't last. NASCAR dropped him from P2 to P29, a 27-position penalty, on a ruling with no appeal. NASCAR's VP of Racing Communications, Mike Ford, later explained the decision on the league's own podcast. Ford said, "We determined that he did advance his position in a couple of areas." It was nearly 4 a.m. Cameras were already waiting. Exhaustion had already set in, but the confrontation was only beginning. On pit road, the disagreement between the 2 drivers turned into what can only be described as a public argument, each side telling a different version of the same night. Wallace didn't hold back. He said, "We'll be fine." He had the opportunity to give there a lot, and he didn't do that. So, when I told him that, he quickly went on the defense and said, "Don't block. When you hit me square in the bumper, it means you just ran right into me. The block was clean. So, yeah, that's Toyota teammates. Don't race very well together." Gibbs gave his own account. He said, "Yeah, I went to tell him I'm sorry because he cleared himself, and then unfortunately, he showed a lot of disrespect. I just tried to help him out there at the end, push him to win, but it didn't happen." 2 versions. Same night. Neither one backing down. Then came the twist nobody expected. Denny Hamlin, co-owner of Wallace's team, 2311 Racing, and a full-time rival driver competing for Gibbs' team, didn't stay neutral. He addressed it directly on his own podcast. Hamlin said, "And I think this was one of those situations where it was a tough ask, to ask the 54, Gibbs, to check up that much. There was just so big of a speed variance, but I understand why the 23, Wallace, did it." He didn't stop there. Hamlin added, "My perspective is both guys should look at it through the other guy's perspective. That is where I'm at with it. I was a little upset with the 45, Reddick, as well." On the penalty itself, Hamlin shifted toward Wallace's side. He said, "I mean, when I watched it, I was thinking that that's definitely going to be a penalty because I've been penalized for it before, so I know and understand the rule. He still confirmed the call was correctly applied. Sit with that for a second. The man who owns Bubba Wallace's team just told the entire NASCAR world, on a podcast, not privately, not in a text message, that his own driver was in the wrong on the track incident. That's not blind loyalty. That's judgment, delivered in public, about his own guy. This argument reaches beyond one single race. Wallace isn't just racing Gibbs, he's racing a Toyota stablemate who outranks him in the standings, a driver employed by the very man who owns Wallace's own team. The standings tell their own story. Wallace dropped to 13th in points, his playoff cushion shrinking fast, with William Byron closing the gap behind him. And this wasn't the first friction point of the season, there's been tension with Hamlin and with Chase Bell earlier in the year too. A pattern is forming, and it's getting harder to ignore. If you're enjoying real NASCAR breakdowns like this, you'll like what's coming next, so make sure you're subscribed to NASCAR Voltage, because we're closing in on our first 500 subscribers, and every like, comment, and share genuinely helps this channel grow. Drop a comment below and let me know what you think happens next. Two drivers who just told the world, on camera, that they don't race well together are about to be thrown right back onto the same track, wearing the same colors, needing each other to win, at North Wilkesboro, a drafting track where manufacturer alliances matter even more. And their own team owner already went on record saying one of them was wrong. Does this get smoothed over? Or does it blow up again the second these two cars are side by side with a position on the line? Team Wallace or Team Hamlin? Drop it in the comments, this story isn't finished. And if you haven't already, share this video with someone who follows NASCAR. This is the kind of story that's just getting started.